Hi, this is Travis with Waconda Boats here in Republican City, Nebraska. We're also in Glen Elder, Kansas. And today we're excited. We're finally going to get you a video for the new 2016. This is the 2075 Pro V Sport. This video has been a long time coming. They revamped this size Pro V this year, and in doing so, it's been a little slow for production. They actually didn't start doling these out till after the first of the year, so we finally got one in so we can do a walkthrough video because we are excited about this model because they made some really nice changes. All those changes are mainly in the interior, and we'll go over that stuff. Since we're out here, we'll briefly go over the outside because the outside really didn't change. We're looking here at an Arctic white, silver, and you'll see just like all our Pro Vs and Tyes, we always do the custom trailer upgrade. Now for those that don't know, the custom trailer upgrade, what that gives you is the stainless steel fenders. You've got the good looking mag wheels that are clear coated, and then the other important thing is the trailer frame has got an armor coating on it. So this trailer is all very gravel resistant, so you don't worry about the the rock pits and things like that. So we got a tandem axle. It's got the swing away tongue with disc brakes, LED lights. It's a 4-bunk trailer, 2 bunks on each side. So it's a really nice upgrade. And again, we do the custom trailer on all the higher end Lunds, with being a Pro V, a Tie, or a crossover. Everything we stock will have this custom trailer upgrade. This boat was ordered for a customer, so it is fully rigged, so you'll get an idea of what they look like rigged. Also with that custom trailer option, you're getting load guides. And if you swing here to the back, again, you'll see the LED lights, and then you got retractable tie downs. And again, this has been the case since last year. This is a standard feature, the rescue ladder. So you have a way to get people in and out of the boat if somebody goes overboard. Okay. And come through here to the back. Again, the 300 Verado is kind of the go-to horsepower for this model. This is how we also stock them. This gentleman ordered this basically just like we would stock the boat. 300 horse Verado. And again, you've got to do a 15 horse kicker, and I know we always harp on this, but I want people to make sure that they're aware. When you've got a big Verado with a power steering pump, you don't want to put a 9.9 kicker on. You've got to do a 15 horse. This 15 has twice the charging capacity that the 9.9 does. So, if you try and put a 9.9 on this, you're absolutely going to have battery issues because that 9.9 can't charge itself and run that power steering pump at the same time. So we got a 9.9 kicker, 300 Verado. Again, not much has changed. This gentleman opted for Humminbird electronics, so we've got a Humminbird transducer here. When we rig these, we're always going to use a transducer board so we're not drilling holes into the transom, and then this way guys can mix and match their electronics, not worry about holes getting drilled in and out of the transom. And so this covers the outside. We're going to spend most of the time on the inside because that's where all the changes were made. So come on in here and we'll show you what all they did. Now again, another thing that we always stock with our Pro Vs is the snap out carpet. So you'll have vinyl floor with carpet that snaps out if you want to take it out to make it, for ease of cleaning and things like that. To briefly go over some of the changes they made, the biggest change that I like, it's wider. This is 102 inches wide. This is actually the widest boat in their lineup now. The 2075, the 2175 is as wide as they can go. So it's 102 inches wide. That's a full almost 4 inches wider than previous. So you've got a lot more, available space, walk-through space. The walk-through between the consoles is wider, and you have more space between your seats and the gunnel now. Okay, so that was one of the major changes they made. Another change they made that now makes sense that I look at it, if we look over here on the starboard side, last year, if you remember, it had the pull-out drawers, okay? The problem with the pull-out drawers on this model is because on the port side you can see the gunnel is recessed here, which it really needs to be recessed. This gives you a lot more elbow room to run your controls, okay? But in doing so, if you put a drawer here, there was a lot of dead space, wasted space. So instead of doing that, they just made one big, huge open compartment. So this is all open all the way across, and you can stack whatever you want to put in there, okay? So this actually, you don't have the drawers, but you gain dry storage because of that, okay? If you turn to the port side, this is similar to what they did last year. So you still have the lockable drawers that slide out on the port side. And there's no law that says you have to use these at tackle trays. It comes with these Plano trays. If you want to have just dry storage, take them out and you can put whatever you want in there. It's a lockable storage compartment. Okay. And again, we have the top gunnel storage is basically the same, with one major improvement. They've got a deck drain in here now. So if you're in really high swells or you're in rain, something like that, this allows this to there's not going to be water collect in here. Most of the water drains out anyway, but any water that gets here is going to drain into the bilge. So that's a nice, also another nice change they made. Okay. Since we're in the back, let's go over the back a little bit here. Like most of the models, they did add the ski pylon hardware. So it doesn't come with the pylon, but it has the hardware to accept it. So for the guys that want a pylon, you can just get one. It's already there. You slide it in and screw it down. Look back here. This is just kind of a storage compartment here. We have our power steering pump, some open storage. And Mike did what we like guys to do. We put a 2-bank charger in here on the big Pro Vs, so you have a way to charge the crank batteries, which are stored right under here. So lift this up. We've got 2 batteries in here, one for the kicker, one for the main engine. And we set a receptacle up for him. So all he has to do is plug his extension cord right here, and that's going to charge both batteries for him. So when it's in the garage or you're back at camp or whatever, you don't have to worry about, your crank batteries not being topped off up to 12 volts. So that's nice. Now the live well didn't really change, which is good because it's a good live well, the Prolong Plus live well. It's got a built-in bait well here that you can use or take out if you're going to use it, depending on if you use live bait. But it's the Prolong Plus live well, so it's got a much better. Lund has some pretty good information on their website that kind of explains the Prolong Plus live well. It aerates oxygenates the water from the bottom. So basically, in a long story short, it keeps the fish alive longer. Another part of that system is up here. You have a gauge. There's a gauge right here, so you always know where your water level is, which is really handy. Now, another nice change since we're up here that they made was the dash. They really made a more aesthetic consoles. These consoles are basically just like the fiberglass GL series. You can see it's got the leather style vinyl up on top, which is actually it's a stronger console cap, but it also looks very nice. Okay, they have an option where you can get your depth finders mounted flush inside the console, similar to the fiberglass Pro Vs. I'm not a fan of that because, if a guy's gonna have a depth finder and he wants to change, or say his depth finder goes bad and he has to go with a newer model, the odds of that fitting in here are slim and none. So it's much better, in my opinion, to install one either on a Ram mount, or we use a Cisco mount here. This way you can adjust the angle if you want to, you can pull it off if you want to, and if you ever need to replace the depth finder, it's no sweat. You just unscrew it and screw the new one on. So it just makes it's more practical, I think, to do it this way. That, you have a little bit extra storage here too. When you don't have this depth finder here, you got a little cubby hole here. This customer opted for the Trollmaster. We put the Trollmaster set up on his kicker, and he did just like we would when we stock them, is put SmartCraft gauges on the big Pro Vs. So it's got a LED screen giving you all the engine information. You can set your trolling speed up higher if you want to with the big motor, for the guys that troll with the big motor. Instruments and all that pretty much the same. They're very easily accessible. Stereo, still an Infinity stereo. Really good radio with it's Bluetooth compatible. You've got all kinds of charging ports down here. You can charge either through a 12 volt power point or through a USB, and then you can mate your electronic devices either through your auxiliary port or just use Bluetooth. Most guys are just using Bluetooth now, so you don't have to mess with an external cord. Another really cool thing they did, they improved the LED lights, and you can see here in the back they've got those. It's like a stringed light system that actually lights the boat up a lot better. Looks pretty cool. And so that pretty much, I think, covers the dash. You can see there's some modifications from what they did last year. The drawers are still here. These are aluminum ball bearing drawers. So they slide out nice and easy, and they're lockable on both sides. Move over here to the port side, same deal. And again, the glove box didn't change. Still great big huge storage compartment here to put whatever you want in there. And then again, you've still got the drawer here on the port side. Okay, so they also added this fish ruler here. So it's there when you need it and out of the way when you're not using it. It just slides right into its own little slot there. The rod box didn't change too much either. This is the travel cover that we always order with them. And again, this has clips now. There's no snaps. That's a lot better cover. And it's also pole-less, so you don't have to mess with the poles. But again, you can see we got 3 stories of rods here. And then you can see the onboard charger for the trolling batteries. He went with a 36 volt Tarova. So we got a 3-bank charger there. And then, again, LED lights there in the rod storage as well. Set this down. We've got this rigged up for him where you got a receptacle right here to plug in your charger for the trolling motor batteries. Makes it a little bit easier to get to. Another nice change they made, you still got these great big dry storage compartments like they've always had with the hydraulic arm, so it keeps them closed and open if you want them either way. But what I really like, this is a true dry storage compartment now. You can see your deck drain slots here. They widen these out. So if you're in super high chop and you're taking water over the bow, this allows that water to all slide down. There's deck drains on both sides. So that water's all going to go back into the bilge, and the bilge pump will catch that and pump it out. So this is going to keep your gear dry on the inside. Okay. And then also, probably my favorite change they made, and this is something I wish they would have done 20 years ago, is we now have a built-in insulated cooler that is, has its own built-in drain. So you don't have to worry about lugging a cooler in and out. It's built in right here, and it's insulated. So you just throw ice in there and throw your beverages in there, and it's out of the way, and you don't have a cooler taking up extra space. They added a couple cup holder stations here. This is similar to the fiberglass Pro Vs, and you've got slots here to put your needle nose in and other tools. So that's a handy feature here. Still got the cargo netting to stuff gear in the sides. Again, up front, the bow didn't change too much. Of course, you got storage up underneath here. And then again, this is a Tarova iPilot that he went with. And we've got another Hummingbird up here on a Cisco. You can use ram mounts or Ciscos. The Ciscos are a little more expensive, but they are very sturdy. This thing doesn't move, so regardless of how rough it is, it's going to stay where you want it. Another thing, we still have a bow live well here. And as an option, he went with what we always also do, which is the bow bait well insert. So for guys that want to use live bait, this is so handy because it's recessed up, so it's readily available to you when you're up here. So it's there if you want to use it. If not, it's not in the way at all. And that runs off the live well pump. The front live well also runs this. You just control it with the valve on the inside. So this covers the new 2016. This is the 2075 Pro V Sport. Now again, they called the Pro V an IFS for the last 15 years. They've just renamed it to a Sport. So when you see Sport, you know it means it has the dual console with the full walk-through windshield. So this covers this video. If you have any questions, just visit our website, which is wacondaboats.com. We have our email and phone numbers are on there. Terry's in Glen Elder, Kansas. I'm Travis here in Republican City, Nebraska. Thank you very much.